BBC Television presents...
Hancock.
I want to report a crime. I've never done this before. I'm very nervous. It's my first time. What do I do? You're going to have to hold my hand.
Spread your legs like a good boy and stand against the wall.
I don't want to do that. I'm not that sort of person.
It's all right, Inspector. We don't need to do that. So you've come to report a crime, have you? Attaboy. Don't be nervous. We've done a lot of first offenders. So take your time and get it off your chest, son. We're allowed to fine you, so you might not even get a criminal record. You know, keep it hush-hush and all that.
No, you misunderstand me. I ain't done nothing. You must be thinking of someone else. I'm sure I'm not a criminal.
We'll be the judge of that, sunshine. It takes two to tango. So what haven't you done?
But I'm not sure I want to now. You're not being very nice to me. You've got my head all in a whirl and I'm confused. Am I a bad person? I wasn't when I came in through the door.
Don't worry, I'm 50% convinced you're entirely innocent. It's just that you've got a guilty face. We're trained policemen, of course. We have this inbuilt tendency to fit anyone up. I mean, think everyone's guilty until proven innocent. We can't help it. But don't clam up. Tell us exactly what happened in your own words.
Well, I was down the seaside.
So you're on your own, socially isolated, I hope. Eyeing up the talent like all young men.
No, not really. I was in a group.
Yeah, then that's your first crime. That's an admission of guilt. That's a one-er you owe us.
Oh, stop messing about. I was socially isolating. I was with me mum and dad and sister. It was a family outing. My dad's dog has cancer and only has a week to live.
Oh, you're playing the old sympathy card, are you? Well, you can cut out all that soft soap malarkey, mister.
It's a Mr. Snide. I was at the beach digging a sandcastle. It was just sand. There was no soft soap.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, you're a bit old for all that sort of stuff, but carry on.
Well, as I was saying, I was digging a sandcastle when this man appeared out of the sea carrying some cigarettes.
And I suppose his name was King Neptune, was it? And he came out of the sea puffing on a ciggy. Well, no one's going to believe that, are they, Snide?
I don't think his name was King Neptune. Is he a smuggler?
A smuggler, you say? How do you know? Did he say things like, "Arr, Jim lad, yo-ho-ho, and pieces of eight"?
No, nothing like that. But he did say, hang on to these while I go back to the van to get some more.
So, Snide, you're an accessory after the fact.
An accessory? What do you mean, like a battery charger and a shoulder bag?
The accomplice put the cigarettes in his shoulder bag, and Mr. Snide helped him.
No, that's not what I said at all. What do you mean accessories? He didn't have a bag?
Yes, but you just said he did. Of course you're not an accessory. You set the whole thing up.
Oh dear, I have a sense of deep foreboding. I think I need what you call them, a soliciting.
Hang on a minute, son. You're admitting to things you know nothing about, so I'll stop you there before you get out of your depth.
How did you know? That's exactly what the man carrying the cigarette said.
I think he means a legal solicitor, Inspector Hancock. I'll ring for one.
Now, let's see, Mr. Hancock. What exactly are you charging my client with?
Well, let me see. I've got a list here. Aiding and abetting. Complicity. Masterminding a smuggling gang. And not paying VAT on 3 packets of cigarettes. And smoking underage.
They weren't my cigarettes.
And theft. Possession is 9/10 of the law, as you well know, Mrs. Straight.
That doesn't mean that, Inspector Hancock.
Doesn't mean what?
What you said. Oh, never mind, ex-Inspector Hancock. Where's your evidence, and where are the witnesses?
That's a good point. What have you done with the facts, Snide? And where are the witnesses?
I gave them back to the man with the van.
What man? Where's your evidence that there actually was a man? Where are the cigarettes now?
I don't know. I expect he smoked them.
Well, there you are then. That's proof for you. My client doesn't smoke, Mr. Hancock. He is entirely innocent, and we're both going to leave immediately. Don't try and stop us, or I'll bounce you with my handbag. Thank you very much. My fee will be £200. plus VAT.
All right, Snide, guff up, pay the solicitor like a good boy. Crime is an expensive business.
But I ain't done nothing. You don't expect me to pay, do you? I came here with the best of intentions.
Oh yeah, and one of them must have been intention to evade justice, if you ask me.
Will you stop bullying my client? And I'm not going till I'm paid, Mr. Hancock. By you.
Yes. We'll sort that out later, Mrs. Straight. Do you take IOUs or PayPal?
You'll pay up now, pal, or I'll see you in court. If you're not very careful, Mr. Hancock.
I think we've dropped a bit of a clanger here, Sergeant James. You're not supposed to call the solicitor. Not like in the old days. The villain is. Just give them the phone. We've lost money on this one. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's been a long time, Inspector. We got any more clients, we need to claw some of that 200 knicker back. We can't let the tea leaves get one over on us. Yes, we've got another fish on the line, Sid. A lady, a Mrs. Smythe. She says she went to Knowsley Safari Park, where the baboons are armed with knives and chainsaws. A likely story, but you never know. It sounds like one of those, where there's a blame, there's a claim, put up jobs. I don't know. You take your life in your hands sometimes on these safari parks. You drive in with a brand new motor, and before you can say how's your father, you've got half a dozen animal species trying to do a bit of twocking. Too right, Sarge. I don't know about chainsaws, knives and twerking, but give them a set of quick-fit spanners, and before you know it, they'll have your engine down the breaker's yard in exchange for a bunch of bananas and a selfie stick.
Hello, Mr. Hancock. I wonder if you could help me. I recently had a trip to the safari park at the weekend, and it was completely ruined. I want my money back, a full refund and damages.
What, on account of being terrified by the dangerous baboons threatening you with knives and chainsaws?
No, on account of the fact there were no elephants. The baboons were quite fun. We didn't stop laughing. Dear little things running round showing their bottoms.
Right, let me get this straight. You were happy with the baboons, not traumatised, terrified and needing immediate medical attention and requiring thousands in compensation as a result of the sheer horror of it all.
Absolutely certain. I loved the cheeky baboons, especially the big one whirling a chainsaw around its head. I laughed. I almost split my sides. Well, he almost split my side. But I didn't mind. No, we were definitely promised elephants on the ticket, and we didn't get any.
So you don't mind animals armed with chainsaws then? But can you be sure the elephants weren't armed with them as well? That would give your case more clout.
I don't know if the elephants were armed with knives and chainsaws, because we didn't see any elephants. That's the whole point, Inspector Hancock.
Well, I'm not sure if not seeing elephants amounts to a crime in the eyes of the law, Mrs. Smythe.
But it must be flawed, Inspector Hancock. I always see elephants at Knowsley Safari Park. They're usually pink and have little tutus, and there's one that flies.
We got a right one here. He's not called Dumbo by any chance, is he, Mrs. Smythe?
That's him. That's the one. So you've been to Knowsley Safari Park as well, Mr. James. I love Dumbo.
Yeah, I can't keep away. I've got a season ticket as it happens. I know Dumbo personally. Yes, well, I don't think we can get you a refund, Mrs. Smythe, under the circumstances. I'm not sure any offence has been committed. It's not really worth our while.
Yes, but you promised you could solve any crime.
I'm sorry, we're going to have to call a halt to proceedings there. We at HANCOCK'S Heroes pride ourselves in upholding the law. But in this case, no law needs upholding. However, in the interest of our reputation, how much was the cost of the ticket?
Well, it was £20.
Well, in that case, Hancock will give you the 20 quid, lady. But take my advice and steer clear of Knowsley Safari Park in the future. It's just not safe with Dumbo flying around waving a chainsaw in its trunk, now is it? Yes, it's not been a good day, Sid. We're 220 knicker down. Something's going wrong. Why are we getting all these weirdos? It's Dominic Cummings, isn't it? I'm a firm believer in the law, and it should be the same for everyone. But this lot are stretching it a bit far. This is more like it. Next up, we got a man who's stolen a load of BORIS £10 bike vouchers. Vouchers for what? Bikes. That's why they're called bike vouchers. The local branch of Alford sent him down here because the police don't want to know.
Good evening, I'm Mr. Twittington. I've been told to see you on account I've been a bit of a naughty boy.
So how many bike vouchers are we talking about here, Sergeant James? 5 million, apparently. Well, you have been busy, haven't you, Sunshine? Keyboard warrior, are we? Trying to get into the big time. So how did you get hold of them? Inside job, was it? Friend of Boris, are we?
I struck lucky. The Fix Your Bike voucher website crashed as soon as I entered my name and address, and it sent all the vouchers to me by mistake.
So you've got a bike that needs fixing then?
Oh no, I haven't got a bike.
This sounds a bit suspicious, Inspector. So why were you on the website, Twittington? Professional hacker, are we?
It was an honest mistake. I've got a dike, would you believe it? It's got a hole. I googled dike fixed, but put bike in by mistake, and they diverted me to Boris's bike voucher website.
So what have you done with all the vouchers, Twittington? It says here they're worth £10 each. That's 50 million nicker you've nicked. That's a fortune.
I tried to cash them in Alfred's, and that's when they detained me. They said they got suspicious when I asked if I could swap them for a car.
So Alfred's have got the vouchers now, have they?
Yes, Alfred's took most of them and sent them back to Boris, trying to get in his good books, I suppose, the creepers.
So they said goodbye to 50 million nicker. Oh, quite right too. Honesty is the best policy. So you haven't got any left?
I shouldn't really be telling you this, but I couldn't get them all in the boot of my car, so I've still got around 100,000 of them.
Oh, let me see. Where's me calculator? On the black market, they should be worth about 200,000 nicker, Governor. A criminal could sell them on eBay and Amazon. It's not possible to detect them. Well, this is even worse news for you, Twittington. You're going to have to give them back and pay an even heavier fine. Unless if Mr. Twittington were to accidentally leave half of those vouchers in the front garden, it wouldn't hurt anybody, would it? Accidents happen. Exactly what are you suggesting, Sergeant James?
Oh, go on, can I keep some? Oh, you're kind. You're not like real policemen. You're better. You're the face of modern policing, you are.
Well, that's another successful day for Hancock's heroes. Have you got a crime? Then we've got the time.